Hi guys, I'm Samantha. Some of you may know me as Samantha BVL Mama. I've purchased the Kylin Mini 2 RTA after all of the hype from it, and obviously I got it as a good bargain, and we all love a good bargain. Let's have a look at it. So, Kylin Mini RTA, quite a nice box actually. Vandy Vape. Scratch and sniff, all your info on the back. It also came with bubble glass, which we all like a bubble glass. So open it up. Quite nice presentation. I got the rainbow colour because every girl likes a bit of rainbow. Take it out of the box. So 810 drip tip, not too hard to come out. Pop that back in. Right, this is obviously, I have looked at this previously, and this is where it gets confusing. You open it up and you think, where does my juice go? There's a tiny little gap right in the centre. Right there, which your juice has got to dribble down. But what they don't tell you is you can take it out, therefore giving more room for the juice. And that's what we like. Top airflow, honeycomb, nice and smooth. And unscrew the deck. Take a bit of time. So, and they have provided me with a bubble glass, which I will put on in a little while. Nice and shiny all the way. And the deck. So single coil, side airflows, and bottom wicking ports here and here. It will be a case of just dropping it in. So yeah, it's quite nice, and it's got quite a lot of hype from people, but whether I will enjoy it, we will have to wait and see. So I'm going to pass it over to Grant to coil and wick, and then we will see how that.
Right guys, I'm taking over from Samantha. Just going to show you a build on this. We're going to be using what comes in the pack. So firstly, they provide one of their coily tools. We also have spares. So you've got your usual O-rings, Allen key, which we'll need. And they do provide us a coil, which, as you can see, it's Clapton fused 24 gauge times 2 wrapped in a 32 gauge A1 Canthol. So that'll be 0.3 ohms at 6 wraps. So have a look, see at that. So let's start this off. Just do it on a tab. We're just going to shift our angle a little bit for you. Get the cleat wrapper off. No battery in there while I'm putting the coil in, because I don't want to accidentally sting myself. There we go. Like I said, we'll use the coil that come with it. Main reason I do that myself is I like to see if they're being cheap. You know, because even though it's a fused Clapton, is it crappy? What is it? We're having the usual battle of opening the packet, as you can see. Doesn't like us. I've heard a few recommendations of what we do with a coil in this, but I am just going to pop to get a sense of how much I'm cutting off. There we go. So quite lengthy. The coily tool actually has a mark on it for those there for 7mm. So we'll do it at 7mm and see what that does for us. So coil out. So we just pop that in there like that. Put it through. Get it focus. Wire cutters. Flush as we can get. I'll tell you what guys, this is my first video, and the first thing I'm noticing is it's a lot harder to build on camera. So here we go, we should just be able to make sure we're in. I'm off camera, I know. Straight away I'm looking at that. And I'm thinking 6mm straight away. So you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in 6. Yeah, much better. 6mm right sitting in flush. There. So keep it reasonably centered. I mean, you guys watching this, you know how to do this. I'm not teaching you nothing new. Screw it in. And not over tighten, because we'll do that in a minute. There we go. Just get a positioning going on that. So nice and centered. To be fair, we're looking at that. Focus. Coil is actually pretty good. There we go. So me and Samantha have been vaping for different amounts of time. You know, she's been more into the tank side of it longer than I have. I started off just using it to give it up smoking, but with a help of a friend and whatnot, really beginning to get into this. So we're gently going to pulse. Right, as we can see, so we're just going to tighten that in a bit. It's looking good already. Right, we all love that bit, don't we? Right, being Canthol, it's going to take a month on Sundays to cool down, so I'm going to blow it. Right, coil's in. Now the weird thing is, Samantha doesn't coil at the moment, but she does wick. So I am going to stop there and hand it back over to Samantha for the wicking. And then we'll have a vape on it, and we'll let you know what we think of the Kylin Mini V2. See you in a moment.
Right, so I'm back to wick. We're back. So I have stuck it on the Odin 100. I have set it to 50 watts, and I'm going to go first so that if there are any dry hits, he'll get them. There's a lot of spit back.
Okay.
And a lot of gargling. And a mouthful of juice.
Okay, you can hear that. So we've got the airflow is now all the way open. That's reading at 0.31 ohms, 50 watts. Let's go. I'm going to chuck some more power on it, because that is awful. Could be down to the wicking. So we'll have to go to re-wick it, I reckon.
Oops, we tried.
Right, hi guys, we are back. We think the wicking was the issue. We have a look. Too much of a gap. Focus. There we go. Literally, you can see the where the camera focuses. Oh yeah, that shit actually works. See that? Not enough a gap. Too much of a gap. So our first review together is looking like a fuck up. Right, guys, I'm gonna go back up top and see if that's done any better. Right, after we wicked it with a lot more cotton, you're gonna see. I've got high hopes for this. I'm not really an RTA tank person anymore, but I've heard lots of good things. So hopefully that was just down to us being shit. So here we go. 40 watts, 0.3 ohms. Let's go. That's airflow fully open. Yeah. Samantha's turn. Oh. If it's going to dry burn,
I
it's
get
going
the
to do it
dry
now.
burn, do I? Right, I'm a half open airflow. Here goes nothing. It's not bad.
Well, as you can see, it's got good vapor production. Flavours there.
You seem to lose the flavour when you chain vape it though, so it's obviously not.
Yeah, maybe just as testing, as you know.
Play around with the wick a bit more.
I'm going to put it up to 50. Because that's usually my preferred vaping. I usually vape anywhere between 50 and 70. Unless I'm on a mech, then you don't know what the fuck you're vaping. Half airflow.
Sorry.
Don't know how she does that. Good clouds. You do lose the flavour a little bit. And it's a very dryish vape. It's not a juicy vape. So I'm going to pass some effort to on a half airflow because that's just not me.
It's not too bad actually.
Yeah, I think you've got to be subjective with the flavour. We both know the pet. peach rather, and the King juices, we may or may not do a review on them. They are what they are. They're cheap. It's as simple as that. The longer you leave them, the better they get. But they're never going to be amazing. But I like the top airflow. I like that on a lot of things. Like the vapor production. The wicking is a little bit tricky. There's no guides, so you kind of got to make sure you get it wet in there.
I'll have to practice. Practice with the wicking, and I think,
but
yeah.
It was a bargain. Obviously, with YouTube restrictions, you can't link where you got it or anything like that, or say, but Google it. That's our first review. So, any feedback? Please.
We don't want it.
Yeah, any feedback? Let us know. We want to do this kind of thing our way. We don't want to copy other people, so it might be a bit slap happy at times, but it's a hobby. That's what it is for us. It's a hobby. Vaping has helped us both stop smoking.
Yeah.
So and it's turned into a hobby. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'm not going to do the like and subscribe bit. It is what it is. But thank you for your time.
Bye-bye.